So I guess we know why Steve Keim decided a 1 and a 3 for Hollywood Brown was a good move, huh? We found that out.
Yeah, once you saw that suspension come down with D-Hop, that makes even more sense. But I think he fits in well there. I mean, there's a reason why he wanted out of Baltimore. He didn't love the system, is what he said. And, man, he's going to love this system. He's already played in it, basically. So he's played it in college. He's got his college quarterback. And now, I think the ball is going to come to him early and often. So I know some people were comparing that to the A.J. Brown trade and saying, wow, they gave up way too much for Hollywood Brown, but you got to know kind of what you run and who you are and how guys fit. I think he's going to be an outstanding fit in Arizona.
So how does that work? Obviously you spent many a year in the NFL and front offices and scouting department. I mean, he pops in November, and so Steve Keim and the rest of the Cardinals knew pretty much over Thanksgiving throughout that December swoon without him. And the loss in the playoffs that this was coming, and thus they needed to address that at some point, and certainly in the draft that was a priority. Is that how that works?
Yeah. Usually they know way ahead of time on this stuff, and so it gives you opportunities to plan going forward. So that was not. I don't think this was some last minute deal. It rarely is. So you get that information and you got opportunities to try and explore all the different options that exist out there. And, I don't know that I could have found a better option for them in terms of just the fit, with the scheme and run after catch and the familiarity with your quarterback. So that's why, that one made a lot more sense when all that news came out.
Right, and it also makes your quarterback happy, although he's not going anywhere. I mean, Steve Keim, we had him on yesterday before all this happened, and he brought the hammer down on anything. And he did that obviously pre-draft in his press conference as well. No intention of trading this guy. No chance of trading this guy is what he said. No chance.
Rich, as we've learned,
yes,
if a head coach or a general manager comes on the Rich Eisen Show and says that a player will not be moved, and we know that will never happen.
But his response was he was a good general manager when he had Carson Palmer, and then after Carson retired, he was a bad general manager, and then Kyler Murray comes in, now he's a good general manager again. That was his answer as to why he's not trading him. That's exactly what he said.
Interesting. He did, but I mean, look, are we going to call it a Vrabel going forward? I mean, are we going to name him?
Yeah, that's true.
When this happens?
He did say he's still the coach of the Tennessee Titans too.
Last I checked.
And we had Howie Roseman on yesterday as well, and the conversation that we had, Daniel, on our draft set about wide receivers in the market in the NFL these days, and how fascinating a position it is now. That he was the one who raised his hand and said, I will take and pay A.J. Brown because he's a known quality. And the Titans are like, yeah, you know what? We know who he is. We actually even like who he is. We actually like him being here, but we're not paying him, and we're going to take his comp. That was a fascinating sequence on Thursday night.
You know what's interesting, though? Look up, and maybe, we'll get Brockman to do some work and stop complaining about his crappy Red Sox. But look up what Ryan Tannehill makes at the quarterback position, then look up what Jalen Hurts makes at the quarterback position, and you can understand why it's a lot easier to pay A.J. Brown in Philadelphia than it is in Tennessee.
Okay. Chris, are you doing that right now, or are you protesting Daniel Jeremiah's framing of this?
Well, I mean, I don't appreciate the framing. I don't think the Padres are that much better than the Red Sox.
Actually, they are.
We're 15-8. We're 15-8. Yes, we are.
All right, so you're that much better. I get it.
See, Chris doesn't pay attention to Southern California baseball. He likes carping on the Angels, too, and look at what they look like right now. I do like carping on
the Angels. I actually have Yu Darvish on my fantasy team, so
okay, there you go.
Just back off.
We're just tap dancing.
Ryan Tannehill makes $29 million this year.
Jalen Hurts makes much less than that.
Jalen Hurts, I'm guessing, is much, much less. Jalen Hurts is coming in at 1.157.
There you go.
So
that's it.
And there you have it.
So, it's a lot less.
And there you have it. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.